because otherwise...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning. Hi. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Dave K here today from Bordeaux, from Verdun, France. A nice, thorough day here in France, or at least a nice full morning. We're going to go out for our excursions for Medoc Vineyards and wine tasting. Let's see how that goes today. It's a nice early morning. It's like 7:45 right now. Excursion starts at 8:30. Gonna try to grab some quick food and we'll make our way. And here is my quick breakfast here this morning. I can't see really anything out the window. It looks maybe too foggy. So we'll eat this and see what's out there. All right, we had our couple of quick pastries and some cereal, good stuff like that. With water now as we make our way towards the theater for our meetup point prior to our excursion. So we're seated now in the theater. It seems like she's calling out excursion numbers based on the event. You can hear it right now. And we will see when we get called. So she's calling the first excursion now. I get the feeling we've got a minute at least. So here's a look out this side of the ship. Looks like it's raining out there. The director was making an announcement as I was trying to go in there, but I lost that when I stepped into the theater, and they were taking pictures in there. Was a lot of inputs. But here's the buses. I hear it's rainy. Some people walking back inside, not sure what that's about. And we'll be on our way, I'm sure. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, another beautiful day, another beautiful port. I mean, it's a little windy and rainy, but we have made it. And this is La Verdun, heading to Bordeaux. It's like an hour. I think it is like an hour away, so we'll see how the excursion goes. The cruise director told me to let him know if I need a wheelchair afterwards. Wine will probably be drinking, so that'll be fun. Let's do it. And here we are. You can see tag number 4, bus number 4 right there. So we're going to get on our way. At least it's easy, it's clean.
And you are not leaving the Medoc without having the taste of it, of course.
Right.
How does that sound? Well, good. As you hear my accent, we did not speak French here in the area. We had our own language, which is a kind of revival today, which is the Gascon language. And the Medoc people chose nature. So this is why this area here is classified as a natural reserve. And this is why we're coming over here for nesting or wintering. And it is a good thing we have this area, this way they stay here. So in fact we have 1 million of hectares. That's the largest forest of France. So 1 hectare is 2.5 acres, so that's 2.5 millions of acres.
Really interesting information on board here, hearing about the blue meadows we left and the green meadows now, the forest area. Apparently a local all on board land, and they refer to the bus driver as her like grandmother's maiden name because she was you know, native to this area, but she married someone who wasn't. So really interesting how they do things here, and also that they come and see the cruises come in apparently on weekend is like a big event, so cool to hear about.
Red Medoc because it is having red grape varieties to make red wines. So in the Medoc we produce mostly red wines. Sometimes some chateaus do a little bit of white, a little bit of rosé, but they are not allowed to call it a Medoc wine because the strong rules are made for red. So on your map you see many different colors all around Bordeaux. And in fact, this is showing you the system of AOC that you might read on the labels. AOC means Appellation d'origine contrôlée, controlled origin appellation. Saint-Estèphe, Saint-Julien, Pauillac, Moulis, Listrac, and Margaux. That are very famous names of wine producing areas. So we only have the stem left over during the pruning season, and this pruning is showing that the grapes are going to hang low on the stock for France except around Bordeaux. Chateau is always written with a capital C, thus this is the name of the place, so I'm not translating out of respect. The family was welcoming some Knight Templars after the fall of Accra, and they were not going to the Crusades anymore. And the Knight Templars were building here on the right. You see there is a huge church but they were building a chapel and hospital. A hospital is for hospitality, not for disease. At that name, Lisbon Medoc with the grapes, since we make wine. So sometimes along the way we see people walking with a scallop shell, which was called Saint-Jacques in French. So this is the symbol of the pilgrims going to Santiago.
Interesting how the lampposts kind of look like artwork out here. They've got that bend to them, that light kind of bending inwards in the middle. You see coming up right here. But nice here again, all this history as well about this area. And apparently it's the one area where chateau doesn't necessarily mean castle. It just mean like winery. It looks like we're making it here. You can see.
Now we see people in the vineyards because we are already preparing for next year. Since the harvest is done, we are now taking out the iron lines that are running through the fields. And these iron lines are making sure that we have a beautiful rows, and we and so this is now belonging to the insurance AXA that was building the water mirror to have the property reflected by the waters. This was for the son of the Baron, and the daughter of the Baron got the house here on the left, the Château Pichon Longueville, Comtesse de la Lande. And her father didn't want her to live with her husband in Bordeaux, so he said, I'm going to build you a little house to stay by me. This is the little house.
Not quite sure where we're going now. It seems like just went around the circle and sitting for a second. Maybe trying to figure out directions. We shall see.
Coming from Bordeaux to the north in Le Verdon, but they are repairing the passage. So all the passages are closed, and in order to see the chateaus, we will have to go around and demi-tour and go back on our way, because otherwise we won't be.
The one right side of the U-turn here is we get to see these castles again. Last time you saw the one owned or was dedicated to the daughter, I believe. We get to see Chateau Pichon Baron, I think, for the son here. On this side, you get a good look right there. Take a perfect stop for us. Take some photos as well.
So we have a long facade exactly like Bordeaux City. Bordeaux City was building in the 18th century a long facade to show their wealth and power over the Garonne River, because Bordeaux was the second port of the world in the 18th century after London. So there was a huge traffic, and so because it's smaller, but the idea remains the same, show the power over the Gironde estuary. And from this huge traffic we only have a little leisure harbor remaining, and that's it. Where they have works, because they also bought the property of Chateau d'Armaillac, and they are rebuilding the whole place. And here you had the noble family, so you still have the design of the ramparts and the moat, even it's a more family house for the Baron Eric of Rothschild now. The high plateau and Estournel being the name of the family building this house. Or we plow. We have no pesticides either, so when we want to get rid of the butterflies eating the leaves, we put pheromone capsules hanging on the iron lines up to them, but in fact most prefer the wine traders work, so this way they only have the money coming in, and that's it. So I propose we have a little stop, comfort pose with a bathroom maybe before we start the tour. You could leave everything in the coach because Edouard is staying with us.
All right, it has been 2 hours on the bus, but we are here. First using the restrooms, everybody's walking that way. And then I think we're gonna do the tour, tasting and maybe some history and all that. Check it out. It's beginning to drizzle a little bit more out here, and that is okay. For now, it is manageable, I think. We've got some vineyards over that way. What is it, grape plants or, you know, wine plants? I'm not quite sure. And we are waiting for the adventure to begin.
With the samples of soil that we have here. So this kind of soil is very good for the production of red grapes. We plant Cabernet Sauvignon on the top of the hillocks, on the slope Merlot, and on the border of the river white grapes. This is the appellation of red wine.
So we heard the chateau here is from the 17th century, one of the oldest in the area. Talked about the white wines being more recent, 18th or 19th century, I believe, and all kinds of other info as we're making our way inside, I believe, towards the cellars. And we'll see.
The opening, the gate was used to receive harvest by gravity at that time, and now it's new, just forgotten old technology. We apply it again since 2030s.
So it sounds like the red grapes, they don't press, or they just take the whole ones, versus the white grapes they do press. The difference between red and white here. And we're gonna go check out the cellars now. Seems like they've got it all set up for tours normally as well. Quite a bit of wine-themed things to see up here. Yeah, thank you. See a few stops along the way here. Definitely cellar-themed here on this one. And it seems like someone had called that dog over there, so the dog is now not having so much fun, but we could see a bit of the cellar process there before that dog started having fun over there.
Here you may see some old postal cards and pictures, rubbles, showing the ministers of France and Great Britain also. John Big was the producer of gin, GSB gin, Heineken, some big returns. And then gradually they've it's really exaggerated. The layers are much bigger, so the profound layer is Kalka, the former tropical ocean, because they need more time for maturation, for ripening. And then we start harvesting white first, then Merlot, then Cabs.
The roots are going 4 to 20 meters through all these layers to find what they need to grow in the water.
Plateau was cracked, and our left river of Bordeaux, so settle down and train is allowed to direct. You can see the samples of barrels, Bordeaux, and so here you can see our logo and the brand then, the year of the production of the barrel, and 45 type degree of tasting of the barrel. All filter, bottling machines, cooper's tools, reinforced and we may say constructed after the fire in 90s. Before the cellar was upstairs, it was already underground cellar. And the architecture of it was Fournier and Ricardo Bofill. Very.
All right, get to take a bit of a look at that process now, since there's no dog. Looks good.
So who wants?
Who doesn't?
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Fantastic.
Wow. It's got a strong edge to it, I feel like. Almost like a sharper white wine than I'd expect.
It shows you that the wine is going to be velvety in your tongue if you have many drops going down very slowly. So that's a very good sign. And so it could be a bacteria waking up in the wine that shouldn't have been. Or the cork gone bad, with normally 15 and red 18. That's perfect temperature for tasting.
So upon taste, we will not have you, my but there are different points of view here.
Thank you. Merci. This one smells promising. Certainly stronger flavor to them.
The beautiful label since 2015. Before it was classical white label with the chateau on it. So when you find
Ooh. They're very strong wines, I will say. Got an edge to them indeed, like a woodiness. And certainly a sharp flavor. If you're a wine connoisseur, you may enjoy it, maybe. So I asked a bit about the aging process, and it sounds like it does become smoother, which sounds nice to me. Smoother as it ages further. So this is fairly young, I think, 2017 or something like that. But it certainly has a sharpness and an edge to it, which I don't think I'm necessarily used to. Nice to get the opportunity to try, asking some questions now. I'm doing some exploring of this space. But a quick tour, interesting to see, certainly the history here. Not my favorite wine, not my go-to. May prefer some on the ship, quite frankly. Taking another quick look around here, we were informed that after this, we are making our way back. So it's a quick morning tour here of the vineyards, but I'm glad we had a chance to check it out and experience a bit more of France. And we are making our way back to our bus now. Again, nice to experience, and certainly, what is it, indicative of the Medoc here? That's what they were telling us, a wine style. The woman was like, oh yes, you know, strong bitter wines, very indicative of the Medoc. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You enjoy those. That being said, it was nice, and I've had a few drinks now, so a couple samples at least. Now making our way back towards the bus. I'm glad I had a chance to check a bit of it out. Glad I had a chance to check a bit of it out. And now I'm probably gonna go back and grab some lunch, get some work done, and then tomorrow I'm excited to share that with you too. But still to come tonight. Food, lunch and dinner, and plenty more cruise to come too. Back at the ship now. It was a quick tour, you know, 1 hour there versus the 3 hours in the bus, but you know, glad we checked it out.
This is us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the more I reflect here on how much this one cost and, you know, the amount of time, the amount we got to see, I feel like this one was really poor value, quite frankly. I think it was a little over $100. And it was nice to have the bus tour too and see some stuff along the way and have that narration. But yeah, it wasn't a whole lot, considering. That being said, we are back at the boat. I'm gonna grab ourselves some tasty lunch. We're going to say goodbye to France and off to Spain. And if we didn't catch a look at the port before, you can see some of it here. I really don't think there's anything anywhere around us here. You just kind of look around, you're like, I don't know where I'd go except catch one of their buses. Although maybe one of these buses is like a bus to the city. Don't quite know. But I gotta get to work anyways, and I gotta eat some lunch, so let's do that. This line is huge to get back on the boat too. Jeez, I guess we all got back at the same time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at my fish sandwich here, and you have the nachos, my two faves, go-to here. So we're gonna dig in and enjoy it. So, lunch, always good. One of my favorites up there, or a couple of my favorites. And it looks like they're currently working on my room. So I'm gonna sit here and watch the game show, seems like, in bliss before I get back to work.
Okay, so here, okay, we have this first example, which is very great. A little bit better. Okay.
Oh, right, just finished The Gift of Gab, and what a strange language it was. We got 15 out of 20, but we had fun, and it was a nice stop off. Now I'm making my way to see if I can get back in my room. You should be done up there, I think. And here we are at dinner tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have tostadas look good, the lime and dill shrimp looks good, the fried chicken looks good, the spiced shrimp looks good. It is so many beautiful selections. We shall see how we go. Take a look at my mini beef tostadas here, and you have the other thing I was looking at. What was it? The shrimp, I don't even remember what it was called. Shrimp cake or something. Whichever other one I said looked good. Let's dig in and give it a shot. Okay, take a look at the bacon wrapped shrimp here. It looks fantastic. And you've got your country fried chicken. Two tasty looking entrees. It's a good meal so far. Let's dig in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have the Black Forest cake, and I've got the creme caramel. Thank you very much. We shall see how it goes. Cheers.
It's apple crumble.
And we have the apple crumble called apple cobbler here. We weren't sure about the English, which English it was. And this is our banana splits. So we'll try it all. Looks tasty. The ship is really rocking and rolling out here. We enjoyed dinner, nice variety of snacks there, but yeah, I thought they had boarded up the sides. But we can certainly hear splashing and see the ship rocking here indeed. So again, dinner was tasty. Fried chicken, not bad, country fried chicken. But I think I preferred, I don't even remember what I got for the other thing. But oh, prawns. Thank you, prawns. Bacon wrapped prawns. Those were not bad either, but I think I preferred them of the two. Probably try something new. I preferred the banana split over the other dessert item. You got the answer for that one too. Overall, solid dinner. You know, solid options. Nice to have. Always enjoy the tasties on board. And another fun-filled day in Bilbao tomorrow. Look at the water all along the floor here. It says caution. It's splashing out of the pool. Is that where it's coming from? Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. So we got water-soaked floor because the water is splashing around outside of the pool. I guess it's nice enough in the hot tub though. It looks like they're pretty peaced, relaxing back there. But yeah, I can see the water splashing. Why this floor would be so wet? Jeez. Here is the up-close look. Check that out. Water rocking around. Goes up on one side, down. Oh yeah. Seems bumpy. Oh my gosh. One more catch of it going. Oh my god. Look at that. That is crazy. You got your own tidal wave. Oh my gosh. Wave pool in the on board here. And oh, I just missed it. Darn. Listen how creaky these hallways are too. As I'm walking, when the waves are bad, you can really hear it. My door doesn't even look, oh, let me fix the camera now. The door doesn't even look like, it looks like something's peeling off there too. It's crazy, or is that shadows? That might be shadows. No, something's bubbling up there too. I guess the waves are really intense out there. I'm not quite sure how that affects the door, but you can hear the creaking of the ship, maybe. Get an understanding, yeah, it's a bumpy night. One more way to know these waves are really crazy. Look at that, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching the door, just sitting back here. You see these cabinets rock back and forth. See that door rocking back and forth? It's like sometimes so intense it's even slamming itself closed and opening back up because it's a little hard to seal my bathroom door, so it's not properly sealed. Yeah, crazy, intense waves out here, but we gonna make the most of it. It'll be nice and calm probably when we land tomorrow. And that concludes our evening. Again, another nice dinner. I'm not gonna say it's the best ever by any means, but I would say consistently good with Norwegian, with the food, which I'm happy with. So nice work, Norwegian, on that. Thanks so much for helping make it an amazing day. Don't forget to make your day an incredible day as well. Watch out for the rocky ships and the doors slamming when you're on a cruise. Oh, it's gonna be quiet close. That's interesting. And hit the thumbs up button because you know you liked it. Ring that bell to stay informed of future adventures. Subscribe to stay informed of future adventures coming your way tomorrow in Bilbao. Looking forward to sharing it with you. And until next time, play on.